So I wanted to reflect on the last few days and since I had that very severe meltdown in public. And first and foremost, I just want to thank you all for your support, your words of wisdom and insight and strategies that help you and all of that. I mean, it really got a just amazing conversation going about like, let's share tips on how to get through our struggles together. And that, that wasn't one of the reasons I posted the video, but that that occurred is like amazing. And I'm so glad I posted the video because that occurred, obviously for other reasons as well. Because again, if we can just like be real, like if we can just talk about our struggles, like then we can actually share, our tips that we've picked up along the way for others who are struggling. But too often it's hard. It's really hard. Over the last few days, you know, I have like 3 hour spurts where I'm like, I gotta take that video down. Because it's intense. And it is difficult to be so vulnerable. But at the same time, it's life. Like, why are we hiding from it, right? So, I'm glad I posted it. And just to all the feedback I got that, the video helped share some raw insight into whether it's their child, their friend, their sibling, whoever, their students, into what might be going on inside, the mind of someone else that they love who's having a meltdown. And just again, like the messages, man, it's just like people that I don't know, they're just reaching out to me from like all over Los Angeles, say, hey, I'm in your area. If you ever like be, some are just like random nice people. Other people have like a kid on the spectrum, but it's just been incredible. I mean, it really kind of, I said in the video, I was hoping I could get my faith restored in humanity. And that's what Farnoosh did for me. But man, the messages I've received afterward have really gave me a reservoir of hope for humanity and having faith in it, because the messages are just pure compassion, pure kindness. Basically the antithesis of what precipitated my meltdown. And so I thank you all for that. Personally, on a personal level, I reflect on, again, how did I handle this situation, and how am I going to move forward, and how am I going to handle the next situation? Because it's going to happen again. The thing is, I have to learn how to be a little bit more prepared. In hindsight, I knew that going to the DMV, I was not expecting the line to be so long. So next time, I somehow have to generalize a lesser type of expectation, because, when I think about doing things, like when I was driving to the DMV, and it's not like I'm aware of this, this is just how my mind operates on a very unconscious level. I'm thinking of the DMV the whole day because I have an appointment there in the afternoon. And I pictured the building in my head. There's a line with the same amount of people that were there from the last time I went. So there's those 5 people in line. These people are over there. I'm picturing the palm trees, the streets over here, parking lots here, to get your smog checkers over here. I'm picturing all that in my head. So when I get to the DMV and I see there's a line of 150 people, that picture I created totally just shatters. And that's how that's why it's difficult for me, and possibly a lot of others with autism, why it's so difficult to handle unexpected occurrences. Because for me, it just shatters my whole conception of what was to be. And now I have to recreate it in the very moment I'm in this image. And it is just, it's very triggering and exhaustive. So in hindsight, again, I have to prepare myself better as to maybe just try not to paint such a rigid picture. Maybe just, I don't know, I'm going to have to think about it. But I also know that, I have to find more outlets. I'm realizing, again, I'm really kind of just, it gets more annoying to me lately not that it's annoying, but I guess I'm realizing that the lack of resources, I just the resources I never had growing up that I still don't have to this day. I always had to rely on myself to just get through any situation just by the skin of my teeth, like just learning. Like I had never had a mentor. I never had like peer support, never had real good therapist. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I'm realizing how there are a lot of tools out there that I'm not aware of that a lot of my colleagues and good friends are bringing to the table for me right now. And I'm like, holy shit, like this, whether that's having like a support person or an emotional support dog. Cause I realize I want to be normal. Right. Honestly, like that's tough to grapple with, man. I feel like I already stand out so much that I don't want to use any other tools to stand out more. And that's tough. But I know I need to implement some of them. Because obviously I'm pragmatic as emotional as I get about certain things. I know I have to set aside those emotions and be pragmatic and know that I'm just gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I might need a lot more tools, maybe a whole new toolkit to be able to not really function better, but you know, at this rate, I feel like I'm gonna die when I'm like 60 just because of all the stress I go through. Even on a good day, there's still stress. So, I mean, that's what I learned from the video, from reflecting on the video. And then obviously, tonight, don't want to have close calls like that with people who don't deserve my attention. So again, immersing myself in this LA experience. It's been 6 months now, and I'm just feeling all these brand new experiences. And again, I want to thank you all for the support. And just damn, yeah, man, I just thank you. I appreciate it.